In the total darkness of the deep ocean, life doesn't just survive, it glows. But look closer at this comb jelly. Those pulsing rainbows, they aren't bioluminescence. They are physical light, shattered by 10,000 beating hairs. For a century, we thought these creatures were mindless drifters, simple gelatinous bags of water. But on March 6, 2026, a discovery at the University of Bergen changed everything. Using high-resolution 3D reconstruction, scientists found a hidden command center. They call it the Aboral Organ. 17 different cell types working in perfect sync. It isn't just a sensor, it's a primitive brain. And it suggests that 500 million years ago, nature did not just invent intelligence once, it invented it twice. To understand the brain, we first have to understand the body. Most jellyfish use muscles to pulse through the water. But the comb jelly, it's a masterpiece of microengineering. It moves using 8 rows of combs. That means thousands of microscopic hairs called cilia. This is the largest animal on earth that swims using nothing but hair. When these hairs beat in rhythm, they do something really magical. They don't just move water, they shatter light. Because the hairs are spaced so perfectly, they act like a diffraction grating, a physical prison. That rainbow you see isn't a glow from within. It's the jelly literally bending the physics of light to its will. But how do thousands of hairs coordinate perfectly without a central spine? This is where the 2026 data gets eerie. Look at this, the nerve net. Unlike our nervous system, which relies on a single brain and a spinal cord, the comb jelly's nerves are fused into a syncytium. It's a single continuous membrane. Every part of the body knows what the other is doing instantly. This means if a comb jelly is injured, it doesn't just heal. It can actually fuse its nervous system with another jelly. Wow! 2 individuals become one. One body, one mind, and one heartbeat in less than 2 hours. 2 hours. This is a level of biological cooperation that feels more like science fiction than evolution. For decades, we called the aboral organ a gravity sensor, a simple biological tilt switch that told the jelly which way was up. But on March 6, 2026, the Michael Sars Centre at the University of Bergen published a 3D map that shattered that theory. So they didn't just find a sensor, they found a city. A city. Using volume electron microscopy, researchers identified 17 distinct cell types packed into this tiny space. 11 of them were completely unknown to science until this month. There are cells for sensing pressure, cells for detecting the faintest hint of light, and secretory cells that act like a chemical broadcast system, sending signals through the entire body without needing a single wire. Wow! So this isn't just a gravity sensor, it's an elementary brain. It takes in a flood of data from the abyss, pressure, light, balance, and processes it all to decide where the animal should swim next. But here is the part that keeps evolutionary biologists awake at night. This brain doesn't share a single blueprint with ours. I mean, can you imagine that? The genes that build our brains and the brains of every fish, bird, and mammal, they are missing or working completely differently in the comb jelly. So this is a case of convergent evolution. Nature was so determined to create intelligence that it did it twice, using an entirely different set of rules. I mean, this set of rules are entirely different from what we are used to. So we aren't looking at a primitive relative. We are looking at a parallel version of life itself. But intelligence is only half the story. The comb jelly has a way of cheating death that seems to break the laws of biology. Most animals follow a straight line. You are born, you grow old, and you die. But if a comb jelly, specifically the Mnemiopsis leidyi, is starved or injured, it does something impossible. It goes backward. So in a discovery that stunned the scientific community in late 2024, researchers at the University of Bergen found that these jellies can reverse their own aging process. They absorb their adult lobes, regrow their larval tentacles, and physically transform back into a baby state. It's a biological time machine that allows them to watch out or to wait out harsh conditions until it's safe to grow up all over again. Imagine if humans had this ability. You turn 100-year-old woman into a baby. Okay, now, as if this isn't enough, they have a second superpower: fusion. So if two jellies are injured and drift into each other, they don't just heal, they become one. Like I mentioned earlier, they fuse their skin, their digestive tracts, and most incredibly, their nervous systems within 2 hours. Their muscle contractions are perfectly synced. Two separate identities merged into a single functioning hive mind. This isn't just a party trick. It's the ultimate survival strategy for a fragile creature in a violent ocean. So by merging, they gain more power, more sensors, and a higher chance of surviving the abyss. It makes you wonder, if they can lose their self so easily to survive, what does that say about the nature of individuality? So, why does a rainbow ghost in the deep ocean matter to us, you may ask? Because the comb jelly has already solved problems that our best engineers are still struggling with. In laboratories today, we are using the Ctenophore blueprint to reinvent human technology. We call it biomimicry, the art of stealing nature's billion-year-old secrets. Take those beating heads, for example. Engineers are studying the physics of cilia to design micro robots that can swim through the human bloodstream Imagine a robot smaller than a grain of salt, moving with the same efficiency as a comb jelly, delivering medicine directly to a failing heart without the need for surgery. Wow, this is good. We aren't just watching a creature, we are looking at the future of medicine. And those shimmering rainbows, they are teaching us how to build glare-free holographic displays and light-based computers that don't need electricity to send data. Now, the comb jelly has mastered the alchemy of light and movement in a world of total darkness. It is a living, breathing laboratory of innovation. But there's a deeper lesson here. The comb jelly reminds us that in the darkest moments, you don't always need to create your own light. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is find a way to reflect the light that is already there. It is a reminder that even the most fragile, transparent things can be unbreakable if they are built with the right structure. Comb jelly is a reminder that we are still just scratching the surface of what life is capable of. From its primitive brain to its holographic skin, this challenges everything we thought we knew about our own origins. But it isn't the only creature rewriting the rules of intelligence in the deep. So, if you found the comb jelly's syncytium fascinating, you need to see how the octopus uses its 9 brains to solve problems that baffle human scientists. I've actually broken that down in my report, which is on my channel. So, join the mission to uncover these abyssal secrets by hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell. It's the best way to support this research and ensure you are here for the next descent. Until then, keep looking deeper. Bye.